It's Christmas!
We decided that you could have one gift.
Early.
What is it?
That is a direct hotline to Santa Claus himself.
I can talk to Santa.
All right, revelers. Welcome to your worst Christmas ever. Let's go! You have $300 million in your personal vault. That's what I want for Christmas.
I don't want any trouble, okay? Someone's gonna scooch up that chimney.
All right, I think I found another movie I'm going to watch every Christmas. So, little background. This is directed by the same director as the two Dead Snow movies, and also Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, which, it was just okay. But I saw the poster for this, and I just was like, I don't know what this is, but I already want to see this. And then I watched the trailer, because then the trailer I think came out like a little bit after that. And I was like, dude, this looks stupid, but this looks fun. And I really like stupid fun movies. We don't really get a whole lot of them anymore, which is sad. So, this movie is about David Harbour playing Santa Claus. And he's kind of lost the need to give. So he's like, yeah, this may be probably the last time I do this. So then when he then when he goes to this like super rich family's home, he finds out that a whole bunch of burglars show up and, you know, lay siege to the house. So it's now his job to basically uncover his past and, you know, beat these people up, but also to save Christmas. So, like I said before, we don't get much of these like stupid action fun movies anymore. This is helped done by the same producers as Bullet Train and Nobody, which two films I really enjoy. And David Harbour talked about how he was in training for this, and watching the movie, I'm like, yeah, I can tell. I always commend actors for looking at a movie much like this, and they say, okay, this is stupid, but let's take this seriously. And they do take this seriously, and I think it works quite well. Like, I've always liked when movies take a concept that's pretty dumb, but they roll with it. You know, much like this, where it's Santa Claus, you know, beating these people up, but, you know, also like a movie like Overlord, where that film basically took the Call of Duty Nazi zombies premise and did it seriously, and it worked. It legit was like a war horror movie, and I really dug that movie. This is kind of on the same level as that, but this one it's not horror at all, but it is an action comedy. And I also have to, I know it's in the title, but this movie got violent, like really graphic at times. Like, my God. I mean, you're setting up what's going on, so the comedy is really playing well in the first, I would say, first half of the film. But then once Santa Claus is like, you know what, I have to do this, and just starts just annihilating these people, it just becomes just an over-the-top gore film. And a lot of that goes to the director, because the director was, like I said, he did Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, where at times it was like, okay, this is just overly violent. But he also did the first 2 Desnos, so, you know, that it also comes from that. And, man, a lot of people were talking about this was basically like if Santa Claus was in Die Hard. And I'm like, that's one way you can look at it. But yeah, once Santa Claus gets his hands red, man, I watched this movie with a couple of friends of mine, and we were both laughing and just in shock because of just how violent this movie gets. I get it, it's in the title, but wow, it just wow. Yeah, especially like the last third of the film, where it just gets like over the top violent, and it's like, wow, okay, like that looked like it hurt, and it's over the top, and I think that's what this film needed to be, was over the top, but also fun and serious. And I'm glad that they took this seriously, because if they didn't take this seriously, I think it just would have been like, yeah, I get what you guys are doing. But I'm glad that they played against that and made it serious. And I think it works that way. And another thing I have to say about this is that this movie has quite a bit of people. I mean, yeah, David Harbour is Santa Claus, but you also have John Leguizamo as the lead as the head of the burglars, but and they give him his own backstory of why he's doing this, and I'm like, okay, all right, that makes sense, but yeah, just oh my god. And there was like some people in this, I'm like, oh no way you're in this. Like it was kind of like the same, almost the same thing I had with Bullet Train, where Bullet Train, it just, random people just popped up, and I'm like, no way you're in this. No way you're here. This one, it was one person that I'm like, oh my god, no way you're in this. Dude, that is awesome. And I'm not going to say who it is, but she has been in you know, Christmas, or yeah, she's been in a Christmas movie before. If you've seen the movie, or once you see it and you see her, you know exactly who I'm talking about. So this movie's a blast. I've heard some people say like, well, this movie's just kind of stupid, and I'm like, it's supposed to be stupid. Well, it's not. It's taking itself seriously, even though it's stupid. That's what it's trying to do. And yeah, I've seen some people put this in the worst of list for last year, and I'm like, why? This movie was awesome. That's why it was in my best of, because I just had so much fun watching this. Because this one, along with the upcoming another Universal movie, which I'm actually kind of cool that Universal has been like putting out like these like not only the movies like that they typically put out, but also like they're willing to take a risk on these like over the top, not taking them seriously movies, and I think it works quite well. And much like this, and then the upcoming Cocaine Bear in February, which yes, I'm hands down seeing that. I'm glad they're taking a risk on these things, so which I appreciate a lot more, because we need more of these like just dumb but fun movies. And yeah, I thought the acting was really well done. Yes, it is kind of a copycat of Die Hard, and all those like Under Siege movies, but you know, this puts a spin on it. It's like, okay, but what if it's Santa Claus doing all this? And when they go into the backstory of of Santa, I was like, okay, I was kind of thinking they were doing this, but you know, that makes sense. I get it. So yeah, this movie's a blast. This is definitely a movie where once it comes out on physical release, I'm hands down getting it and probably gonna try to watch it every Christmas because I had that much fun with it. And this is also a movie that I want to show other people because, you know, they're gonna be like, Violet Night, what's that? And then I show them like, this is exactly what it is, and they're like, oh yeah, I heard of this. I'm like, don't, just watch it. It is fun. So if you want not just a Christmas movie to watch, but if you want a movie where it's over the top, it knows it, it's taking it seriously, and it's having fun doing it, this is it. This is in that category. So this gets a great. Yes, it was in my best of list, but it gets a great. You know, I had so much fun watching this. I will recommend this movie because it is David Harbour doing all the physical stuff, which, you know, David Harbour I thought that was great casting because once he starts getting into makeup and then the Santa outfit, I'm like, yeah, he totally looks like Santa, but I still want this is kind of like I guess the closest thing we're going to get to The Night the Reindeer Died movie, like what Scrooge did, but instead of Lee Majors, it's David Harbour. So until we get that movie, which who knows if we're going to get that, this will tide you over, but this is still a lot of fun.
That's naughty!
And what do you do to the naughty ones?
I give them a lump of coal.
Where is it?
I gotta watch.
I believe in you, Santa.
Come on.
Which one of you did that? Prancer?
So unprofessional.